So, ladies and gentlemen, I went out and bought these. These are some of, or all three of, the HyVee IndyCars for essentially a promotion with HyVee, Greenlight, and I don't know, Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing. So, what these are three fantasy liveries, I guess, made up for the little promotion that HyVee and Greenlight did. Now, they're selling these cars in stores, in HyVee stores, I guess, across wherever there's HyVees, which you might know there's not any HyVees in Indiana, which is also surprising that they've gone out and taken the plunge to sponsor an IndyCar team without even having stores in Indiana. But what that means is that I couldn't get these from a HyVee store. So I really wanted these, though. There's not exactly a very good other way to get a 45 car, and it's a big promotion like this, and I was able to get these cars pretty cheap, so I was really wanting to get my hands on them. So I went on eBay and found them at a pretty decent price. I believe I paid something like 27 bucks with shipping included for these. So today, we're going to be taking a look at these. Now, just quick disclaimer, I'm recording this on Friday, and this is coming out on Tuesday. So, I'm trying to kind of fill content gaps throughout the week leading up to the 500, since obviously there's no practice except for Monday and then Carb Day on Friday. So, I'll have a starting grid coming out later this week as normal. But I wanted to kind of fill up a bit of a content gap with these. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the HyVee IndyCars. So before we get into the cars themselves, I'm going to take a quick second to look at the packaging that these cars have. So it's essentially the same base packaging. Sorry, I'm leaning against my bed here. This is making it a little bit annoying. But you've got... if we're just going to take a look at this one real quick, you've got a picture of the front of the fantasy car on the trading card, and you've got a big number 45 on the back side, and then you've got number 45, our little HyVee, and this is uniform across all three of them, just different colors. And then you've got Greenlight, HyVee, Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing, this HyVee QR code here, NTT IndyCar Series, and then this is where the car is, 14 plus, 164, whatever. All the stuff that they put on here. So I'm going to go ahead and move all of this stuff out of the way, and we're going to take a look at the first car, which, just to get a little bit of a base idea, I'm going to be taking a look at Jack Harvey's number 45. I guess they're all Jack Harvey, never mind. The number 45 car that's closer to what he actually runs in real life. Obviously, this is just a HyVee car, so it's not got all the other sponsors that he's got on his real life car, but this is closest to the livery that he actually runs in real life. The other two are fantasy liveries. So just taking a look at this, it's a black base with red logos, so there's not much to talk about on livery design. Looking at this, you've got the end fencing with HyVeeDeals.com, HyVee on the front wing, Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing, Dallara, Honda, NTT IndyCar Series, the HyVee QR code, which, again, too small to scan. Number 45, HyVee, the arrow screen here with 3 HyVee logos, and Honda, NTT IndyCar Series, and PPG. HSTV, which is the only logo that doesn't immediately strike me as a HyVee logo, which I assume means it's the H probably stands for something HyVee. Speedway Fuels, powered by Honda on the side here. That's not where that normally is, but obviously this big QR code, they move it down there. Again, the big HyVee QR code. HyVee Deals on the side, side pod flick there. HyVee, and then the IndyCar contingencies. Big HyVee logo on the side. Firestone, there's Arrow here. It's funny on these IndyCars how many just, like, base logos they have all over everywhere for, you know, team stuff, for, like, official contingency stuff with these 3 logos, this crap down here, all this stuff up here. It's interesting how much stuff they have. You got number 45 on the roll hoop, and HyVee up here, nothing on the side. That's something it seems like they've started doing in the past few years on ovals, and instead of putting the number on the side here, they just do nothing, which is interesting. So, just quick overview of the car here. You've got black, like, center of the rim with a silver outside of the rim. I believe that's the split rim design that I think only Rahal runs. As for some of the logos on here, it's kind of hard to see exactly what they are, and I know part of that may just be how the lighting is, but it's like black on dark red, and especially it being dark red with like stickers on the black makes it just... the stickers aren't exactly the highest quality, especially on here, so you'll get a little bit of bleed through with the base color, so it's kind of hard to see on some of these exactly what the logo says. That'll be easier to see on the other cars. But yeah, that's the first car, and you'll notice that this is essentially the base for all of the cars. They have pretty much the same logo placement. If you just take a look here real quick, all the logos are in the same spot, same things, just different colors. So let's take a look next at the white base car. Again, HyVee deals, HyVee. You've got this red stripe up the front of it on the white base. Red side pod flick, red rear wing. Little red design on the side of the nose cone here, which is interesting. Trying to think what else is different on here to note. I don't think there's anything else. I really do like how this red pops on the white here. I think the white base with the red, again, I was talking about the kind of sticker bleed through you'll see on the black car here, and then I think it's also very obvious with the white bleed through on this one, that the base color kind of bleeds through, and I think that just lightens up the red a bit, and it actually makes it look really cool. So I kind of like how this looks. This is, I don't know, I actually like this one better than the actual car, based on the actual car. So yeah, that's the white base one. We'll take a look at the red base one, which these three cars are all, I mean, they all have the same logo placements, but between the three of them, these two are even more mirror images of each other than this one, because this one has an all black base, this one has you know, white with the red, and then this one is literally the inverse, red with the white in certain spots. So take a look at this. Obviously red base with the white nose cone. Side of the nose cone is also white. Side pod flick is also white, and the rear wing is also white. So that's kind of a base look at the three cars. Just going to talk a little bit more in detail about how this promotion, I guess, is working for HyVee. I think it's really cool. I think, considering I believe they are the only people that have, like, IndyCars that you can just straight up go to a retail store and buy greenlight diecast. I mean, I really think they need to do this at more places. Now, granted, it's just a promotional special. You can only buy these. You can't go buy, you know, any IndyCar. But I think it'd be really cool. You know, NASCAR does it with the NASCAR Authentics. I think it'd be cool if even just some of them, obviously not every single one of them you'd be able to sell in store, but I think if they did some of them in like a promotional line or something, it would be really cool if they did that for IndyCar, because, I mean, especially considering I live in Indiana, it seems like, of all places, Indiana, you should be able to go to the store and buy an IndyCar. Like, I feel like when I go to the store, there's no evidence IndyCar even exists. My dog is squeaking a toy in the background. But, like, it's just funny that, like, all this stuff happens, and it's, I'd say to an extent, it's almost kind of a sad thing that it's, like, unique to HyVee that you can go to the store and, you know, get an IndyCar. I think if I could change one thing about how Greenlight does their promotional stuff, I'd say put these cars in stores, because obviously IndyCar is popular in Indiana, but I think that it'd be more popular if you put the cars in stores. You're going to make more money. You're going to sell more cars. And you'll probably draw in more fans, because I bet there's going to be at least a few people that see those cars in stores, buy one, and then watch the next IndyCar race just to see what's going on. So, it's cool that HyVee does it. I think now that Greenlight's tried it, they should keep doing it. I mean, like, the stuff that they've got in the IndyCar section at a HyVee store is crazy. I mean, I've seen pictures on Twitter, and again, I bought these off of eBay, so I didn't actually get them from HyVee, but the stuff I've seen on Twitter of, like, pictures of the, like, promotional Rahal Letterman IndyCar section, it's so cool to see just all of the, IndyCar stuff in a retail store. So I think, obviously, you're not going to be able to have a giant IndyCar section at every single store, but I think if they sold these along with, NASCAR or whatever with the Authentics line, that they'd probably sell well. I really think that would be a good idea for Greenlight to try. Obviously, I'm not in charge, but if I was, that was something I'd do. So that's really about all I have. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. I'll pull up, some of the crap. But yeah, I think these cars are really cool. Obviously, I haven't gotten a number 45 car, ever. So, it's kind of cool to have these, since, I think they've made these the past couple of years, but I haven't been able to get one anywhere because they always make them late in the year and they don't sell them at the next year's, 500 and stuff when I'm going to do a big, round of buying Diecast. So the fact that I could go out and get these was obviously pretty cool. I think hopefully at some point we can get an accurate 45 car, because all of the 45 cars that they've made, I guess not the Spencer Pigot one from 2020, but the 2021 car for Santino Ferrucci was like, it was the base version that they had made that was like only HyVee sponsored, and then by the time they got to the 500 they had gotten all types of different stuff, Mountain Dew and I don't know, some other gaggle of sponsors, so the car looked like completely different, and then it looked completely different throughout the rest of the year with Cheetos or whatever they had on the cars. So I think, I don't know, hopefully sometime in the next few years they can, stop getting a bunch of sponsors maybe. But, I don't know. It's cool to see this stuff is being made. It's cool to see promotional stuff in stores is my main point. But yeah, that's about all I have. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you all whenever I post my next video. Bye.